Oh my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well as a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Abathur top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with this friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of the evening. The doubleheader ends tonight with a Division A West matchup between the Blasting Burros and Modo Miracle. Thank you for joining this evening. I see plenty of you already here in chat. Huge shout out to all of you who've made it. I see Embers here, as well as 7-Up-Ears. Welcome everyone who's here, and I'm going to try to get us right into our first draft. The teams are here. They've been very punctual this evening, as I'm sure they wanted me to note. As a caster, I appreciate that in a team. You show up on time to the coin flip, you show up on time to the lobby, and you get your draft kicking off 2 minutes early. Welcome to Infernal Shrines, game number 1 here between these two teams. Let me tell you what happened during the coin toss. We had Modo Miracle winning the flip, deciding to go with the first map choice, so they banned out Dragonshire. Blasting Burros banned away Battlefield of Eternity. Here we are, game number 1, Infernal Shrines, and tonight we will be concluding over on Volskaya Foundry, as we've already seen Mr. Shamada number 1, Genji, banned out here in the top section of this draft by the Blasting Burros, followed by an Asmodan ban here by Modo Miracle. So if you guys are new to my channel, I like to have some fun here. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna become friends today. Deckard Kane, banned out here by Blasting Burros. But we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna be asking you guys to participate, vote for your favorite team, who you think's gonna win after we see what these drafts are. So I hope you came ready to be typing in chat, because it's gonna stay lit this evening. Rainer banned off there by Modo Miracle. So those two heroes, Asmo and Rainer, getting reworked at the same time, banned out by the Modo boys. Alexstrasza, the first hero selected for Infernal Shrines, and oh boy, is this a map for her. Most recently, you've been seeing a lot of Lifebinder, but a few games sneaking in still with the Cleansing Flame. You never really know which direction it's going to go until you get into the game, and maybe we'll get more insight during this draft, as now we see Urel making it through the bans, pairing it up with the Johanna. These are two very strong selections for Modo Miracle. And wow, picks are starting to fly in. Diablo and Phoenix, and now Lifebinder looking really good for that Johanna, pairing it with a Diablo. Let me catch up on writing all these down. So let me talk a bit about where these teams are in the standings right now. So we have Modo Miracle entering with a map record of 1-3 over their first 2 matches. Blasting Burros have only played 1 match thus far in the season. They are 0-2, looking for their first map win in the season, as we see Blaze, the final ban here by the boys from Modo Miracle. And with 1 ban left, it belongs to Blasting Burros. They could potentially look to get rid of another support. Deckard Kane's already been taken off. Alexstrasza's been chosen, so they have opportunity to limit the support pool here. And instead, they're going to ban away Jaina. Perhaps would have liked to have seen them try to choke out like a Malfurion who's still seeing play. Maybe go a little bit deeper, get rid of the Rhaegar, who's probably the next option most teams are taking. But instead, it's going to be Jaina getting rid of the Frost Mage. Modo Miracle back on the clock. 10 seconds for their 3-4 picks. Embers saying go Burros. All right, so a little cheering already, and I love to see it. Thank you for participating in the chat, Maiev and Hanzo, the next 2 for the Modo Miracle team on the right-hand side in red. And this gives them quite the engagement tool. A couple different options here. Maiev, of course, with their Umbral Bind, has the Warden's Cage to help lock him in, and Hanzo, so devastating with his Dragon's Arrow, can really set up an engagement. A follow-up Blessed Shield by Johanna means that Maiev can get right on top. This is looking deadly for Modo, but Leoric and Junkrat are the options for Blasting Burros to help disrupt this engagement that they expect to see from Modo Miracle. It will only take a bit of time for us to find out once these teams hit level 10 and we start seeing the destruction take place. Junkrat, one of my favorite heroes, and I'm wearing the dude's shirt right now. Look at this. It's a Junkrat shirt. You'll love to see it. First Junkrat of the night wearing the shirt, and they did have to dig deep. Modo Miracle, they go with the Rhaegar. Sir Sean Sheep going to be playing that support. Alright, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I get to see a Junkrat. Just so you guys know, both these teams will be invited to the Regen Invitational 3. Look that way, all the way that way. There is a bit donation bar. It's currently sitting at 5.81%. I had to read it on my OBS screen. It's small font for me. 5.81%. Trying to fill it all the way to 100% by the end of the season. If you are a fan of Blasting Burros, or if you're a fan of Modo Miracle, throw some bits out. Help see this event get off the ground. But for now, I need you guys to vote in chat. If you think Blasting Burros are going to win map number 1, hashtag BB in chat. If you think it's going to be Modo Miracle, hashtag MM in chat. I think I'm a fan of Modo Miracle's draft. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. The Rhaegar gonna have the cleanse, gonna help against the Diablo flips and stuff like that. The engagement tools are really the story here, though, and they have plenty of them, so keep an eye out for how well they can engage on top of the Blasting Burros. But let me introduce these teams first. On the left-hand side in blue, it is the Blasting Burros. Michael and the captain going to be playing Leoric. Justice on that Junkrat Pyromantic 1. Going to be playing your Phoenix this evening. Joe on the Alex Straws and rounding it out, my favorite name of the evening. I told him I'd do it when I was in the lobby with him. On the Diablo, it's Tiddly. And on the right-hand side, it is Modo Miracle. That Mr. Matt will be playing Yrel, the Rainbow Yrel. Murad on the Hanzo. Mr. Ghost Dunk, my fellow Nexus Now podcast host on the Johanna. We have Sir Sean Sheep on Rhaegar. And rounding it out is Eric on the Maiev. Level 1 talents on your screen right now. Take a peek at those because we see a scatter arrow build started by the Hanzo. Going with simple geometry at level 1. Diablo looking for the Feast on Fear. So he'll be trying to stun some stuff into walls. That's how he wants his health back. Here we go. Rotations early from both these teams. Checking bushes is Tiddly, making sure no one's following him in on that rotation, but finds a Johanna and our first disconnect of the game. All right. So early DC, it is our Junkrat player. F's thrown out in chat already. So yeah, we're going to hang here on the camp scene for just a bit. Game is frozen for Eric, apparently. Excuse me, for Justice. Okay. Gonna get back in. Okay, so we're gonna wait a bit. Let's see. Oh, it's fixed. I'm having some fun with these guys. Votes are starting to come in, and Jade the Wizard here voting for the Blasting Burros. Pie Man Twitch also voting for the Blasting Burros. No votes for Modo Miracle yet. You hate to see it. Another vote coming in from Linehouse, one of our fantastic writers from the Nexus Gaming series. Thank you for dropping in this evening, sir. Also voting for the Blasting Burros. So 3 votes in chat, and if you count Ember, who also said that she wanted the Go-Go Burros chant to be started, then we're looking at 4 people here in chat rooting for the Burros, rooting for the donkeys here in our first map of the evening, Infernal Shrines. Let me try to read what this chat's saying. Wow, they fixed the observer bug, yay. Are you the lady that sells that super cheap mac and cheese in the frozen section at Walmart, Michaelin? Okay, so these teams are having fun. I'm glad. That's really the spirit of this. But they are ready to go. I'm going to count them back in. So 3, 2, 1, and action. Alright, so back in this bottom lane, checking out Maev, trying to slip in some Qs and grab some damage there on the Diablo, but not going to get through that health bar early. Both camps have spawned on either side here, and of course the neutral one down at the bottom, but no one looking at those yet. Marad's the one backing up, taking the brunt of Justice's grenades that are coming out of his grenade launcher. Gonna have to use a tap, and now you see Rhaegar working on the siege camp. He's first to action there. Bottom side still being led by Pyromantic on his Phoenix, making sure that wave's staying crashing the other direction. But this is likely going to be first camp of the game for Modo Miracle. No response here from Blasting Burros, and red Khazra goats on the map right now. Eric setting up the lane right now with his Maev, so that's going to push in, and a response is going to have to come out from Pyromantic and Joe. Tidley also going to join, make sure that these goats don't get too much value. Bottom side, another camp about to be started here by Modo Miracle. They got their Hanzo, and they're ripping through these Khazras right now. Eric going to stay in the lane, give the vision that his team needs as well. And there you go, camp number 2 taken by Modo Miracle. They are doing a fantastic job thus far here in the rotation on the Merc camps. Linehouse in chat says, where is the yellow Yoshi, Murda? I don't have the yellow one. The ones you see there, they're all the green ones, because that's the true Yoshi. It's the only real Yoshi. I like the other ones, they're cool. But, you know, I'm a Yoshi fan. I like Yoshi. Been a Mario fan since the early days. It's what got me into gaming in the first place. And you'll love to see it that Mr. Yoshi can make an appearance on an NGS stream here, Season 5. I'm excited for these two teams, though, because Blasting Burros, Modo Miracle, both of them participated in the Regen Invitational 2. Of course, Blasting Burros putting up a blasting performance there, making it all the way to the semifinals, eventually falling to our champions of Order of the Sleeping Dragon there. But of course they had time playing along with them, a fantastic player who's up in the Storm Division these days, and having that experience along with them did them well in the tournament. They really were a surprise performance. Not a lot of teams, or I should say entrants into the bracket challenge had the Blasting Burros going that far. As we see an engagement up here on the top shrine, Johanna does have that iron skin. That Mr. Matt also trying to poke away at the members here with his Urel. But it's just a really great performance by them, and I was really glad to see them pull out and participate. Dragon Queen's been popped by Joe, and now he's looking to push these members of Modo Miracle back. Iron Skin once again by Johanna's going to get her back to safety, but Urel, the first blood of the game, picked up there by the Blasting Burros as they gain control of this top shrine. And with it being a Mortar Punisher coming, this could be pretty destructive for the members of Modo Miracle. Michaelin falling low. Not going to choose to go in there is Eric. I thought he might have been able to get the Emerald Mine. Instead, they're going to find Diablo unless his Abundance clicks in, and it does. Tidley getting some health, but Leoric first to fall on the side of Blasting Burros. Now looking to really turn this around is Modo Miracle. And with 17 of these skeletal defenders already picked up, they're looking good. But it's just Leoric that's down right now. Urel, she's at the mid lane dealing with some goats that's been pushing. So when Leoric spawns here, could be trouble for Modo Miracle. And here it comes. There's a great concussion mine placement. We'll see if they have to use it. They're going to have to walk around. Are the members of Modo Miracle? Ghost on falling low into Johanna and finally falls. Another pickup there for the Blasting Burros. Justice could be next to go, 60 health, and is gonna survive on the backside, escaping, even missing the scatter arrows there was Marad. And Junkrat gets a well tap, will be able to rejoin along with this Mortar Punisher. Blasting Burros looking good with level 7 talents already. Shout out there during my play-by-play, 7 Raiders coming over from Akuma's channel. Welcome to a Division A West matchup between the Blasting Burros and Modo Miracle. Currently, we're in Game 1. Blasting Burros just picked up the first Punisher of the game, pushing this top lane, and they got through the wall, and it looks like that's gonna be it. Maybe this well, it's so close to falling, and it does. One last minion arrow got the job done. Pyromantic gonna rotate around, find some more XP here in the mid lane. These are crashing in on the wall. Leoric's been down bottom. Keep an eye on this lane, and Maiev is here trying to get some clears. She might walk right into Michael in here. In the opposite vent, didn't see him. Now Leoric gonna show. Up top, we see there's a camp here that was being looked at, or at least the rotational spot. Searchon Chief just walked right past Pyromantic, but Phoenix not wanting to make a play there. Instead, gonna look for some lasers on top of Maiev. Junkrat throwing in some grenades on the backside as well. And both teams are gonna start looking at their goats once again. Ghost Dunk there, all by his lonesome. He says, Eric, can you get over here? Help me clear this thing out. I can't do it by myself yet. And there they go. Red Goat's coming. Blue Goat's on the way as Joe and Pyromantic are going to finish that off. Bottom lane, neutral camp still available. And we'll see if Searchon Chief wants to get started. He does. Feral lunging in. Ghost Dunk here as well. Maev's going to join up. Justice knows her here. Scouts it with that grenade. But they do not have enough in this rotation to make a play on it. So another camp. The second time Modo Miracle has gotten this bottom camp in this game. And once again, leading in the Merc captures by a significant number right now, which has kept them somewhat in the game. But with level 10 so close right now for Blasting Burros, and there they are. I'm going to throw them up on your screen right now so you can see. Cleansing Flame. We have the Lightning Breath Purification Salvo. They could take an engagement right here, and there it goes. The cleanse came out of Murad. That's the Hanzo player, and a huge Entomb, and the Lightning Breath on top. That's the Easy Bake Oven, finding some kill there on top of Rhaegar. He's got another 15 seconds till he's back up. But what a great combo, the Easy Bake Oven. You love to see it. Fantastic play there. Finding the big burnt doggy inside the Entomb was enough to give them this front wall on the mid fort. Both turrets down as well. And a full level lead right now for the Blasting Burros as level 10s are being clicked in by Modo. Blessed Shield, Ardent Defender, Dragon Arrow, Ancestral Heal. And waiting on Maiev, we'll see if she wants to go into the Containment Disc or perhaps the Warden's Cage, which I think is probably the better of the two for her in this situation. We will see. It's time for Bruiser Camp. Searchon Chief making his way up there. Murad going to join up with his Scatter Arrow build. Should be able to shred right through these. Other side, we do see Tiddly Heat and Joe working on the Bruiser Camp on the side of the Blasting Burros. So those should be out about the same time. And 6 seconds away from this next altar spawning as we get more raiders. These are coming in from Swing Time. Welcome. I'm your host, Murda. We got the Blasting Burros and Modo Miracle facing off. Second shrine of the game here in game number 1 as we see an engagement coming out. She's got the Warden's Cage. See if Eric wants to pop it, and does. Only gonna lock in Diablo. That's not the one you want, as Joe was able to pop the Dragon Queen just in time. And now it's Jarrell falling low. Pops the Ardent Defender. Gonna survive for now. Lightning Breath connecting on a few. Pyromantic backing all the way up. And this is gonna give positional advantage for Modo Miracle, but they're low, and a great charge here on Sean Sheep. Ancestral Heal comes out on that, Mr. Matt, and everyone else is too low, though. They're going to have to back up, and Rhaegar, first of all in the fight. Here comes a Riptire, looking to get Ghost Dunk, gets him down to 500 health. Diablo, not enough to finish off Mr. Dunk, and with Yarel in this weird spot, she's going to have to run away for her life, whacks him away with her sledgehammer, and survives, but it is one kill there for the Blasting Burros. Might be all they need. The dragon there from Joe was just absolutely fantastic. Found a ton of value, even escaping the Warden's Cage. So another Punisher will be handed over here to the Blasting Burros. This one pushing down mid lane, already missing a wall. Leoric ran up top to clear up these bruisers smartly so they don't lose any more structure up here. And let's keep eyes here on the mid lane, though, as this Arcane Punisher is making its way down. Almost level 13 are the Blasting Burros. And once they get this fort, that is going to be more than enough XP to get that job done. And here we go. Level 13's talents are popping in on your screen. We do see the Pacify from Alexstrasza. So watch her to throw that out of Maiev should really help push back her damage potential, as Blasting Burros are working down the first keep wall of the game. Blasting back Murad there was Junkrat. Abundance going to help heal up the members of the Blasting Burros. They do get through the wall. Just the turrets remaining here. Arcane Punisher trying to blast away at it. And they do. They get the entire wall down. Now a level and a half lead for the Burros as they're moving on to an enemy siege camp here. Diablo gonna hold down the vision, and this will be handed over to the Burros with ease. Looks like they're going to make the triangle rotation here. The bottom siege camp is available. See if they want to move on to that as well, or perhaps look for a fight here in this mid lane. Junkrat, of course, just got Ripper Air, so he's going to be able to rip right over to this fight if he wants to make it over. Diddly Heat ripping out that Lightning Breath. Purification Salvo going to follow up, and Ancestral Heal was just a little bit too late. Maraud's down. No Hanzo. Eric could be next on his Maiev. Yes, he does fall. Yrel here has to pop the Ardent Defender. Riptire following on the chase. See if he wants to rip it on top of that. Ghost Dog also taking a big rip there from it, but this keep under pressure with 2 members down the Burros. Looking to find an 11-minute and 30-second keep here on Infernal Shrines. They are likely going to get it. And yes, sir, that keep has been secured by the Burros. All right, so with that keep down, huge advantage. Win percentage of the Blasting Burros winning this has gone up tremendously. Early catapults, almost level 16. In fact, this camp down here will be more than enough for them to secure that, which will give them yet another power play situation with talents. And Modo Miracle, they want to take it right now. Great Dragon's Arrow, and the Umbral Bind is going to find a quick kill there on top of the Junkrat. Here's Lightning Breath. No Purification Salvo yet, but here it comes. It is available. It is being channeled. Interrupted, though. A 10-second cooldown for Pyromantic and his heroic ability. Fantastic job there by Yrel, but Mr. Matt is Mr. Dead right now. He's fallen. There's a big Warden's Cage, but there's not enough follow-up damage. It's not there. Here is that Purification Salvo, but there wasn't enough. Slow didn't get the crit damage. Maraud's low. He's going to fall. Making it 2 right now. Make it 3, actually, as Johanna falls. A triple kill for the Blasting Burros as they had the level 16 talents. A very valiant attempt by the members of Modo Miracle, but once the 16s clicked in, it's all the Burros needed. They're even going to get a fort out of it as we see the shrine being announced all the way up top. Pyromantic going to get this camp on the bottom. There's another one over here on the side of Blasting Burros, but they're opting not to go for it. We'll see if they want the Bruisers instead. No, they don't want that instead. They just want to push this top lane. Alright, so here they are. They likely can get this forward as Yrel's getting charged and flipped. There's a Lightning Breath, going to slow her down for now. Leoric has the Entomb. Will he pop it? Does he want to pop the Entomb? Ardent Defender. Not going to use it, but they do get the fort. Phoenix is now rotated up to the top as well, so they're going to be able to get these Skeletal Defenders easily. As bottom lane, Modo Miracle, knowing they're behind, they're going to make a push here on this fort, find the XP anywhere they can right now. And I'm surprised that they're giving this up, because Blasting Burros smartly now moving on to a keep in this top lane. Only Yrel here in defense. They got one of the turrets down. The wall's next to go. Turret number 2 is next in line. And Diablo charging forward, finds Yrel. Is there going to be any sort of Spectral Leech on top of Mr. Matt? There's the Entomb. Does she have a leap away? I don't think she has any time. Yrel gets the Ancestral Heal from Sir Sean. She survives. Diddly Heat falling low, but getting that extra heal from the charges to the wall. Warden's Cage is here, but the Riptire is also out, finding a little bit of damage. But with Mr. Matt this low, he has to back up. Leoric channeling on her. He does get away with Divine Steed. Umbral Bind pulling back Diablo. Can he get inside that abundance? Yes, he will be able to, along as casting his Lightning Breath. But all the members of Modo Miracle safely back into the Hall of Storms. They survive, but here comes another Punisher. This one a frozen Punisher with that keep already down in mid. This next one about to fall. Catapults are here. This is looking like a GG push attempt right now for the members of the Blasting Burros, with this Punisher still at 95% health. Here we go. Looking for the end of the game. Still no level 16s for Modo Miracle. They have to make a miracle of a defense right now. Once again, the Purification Salvo was disrupted and put on a 10-second cooldown. 3 more seconds to see that again as the damage is coming out on top of Leoric. He's low. Also, Joe very low on his Alexstrasza. He has to back up. There is the purification salvo, but Modo Miracle is making a defense so close to level 16 as well. They just need to survive this for a few more moments, but 20% on the core. Is it going to be enough? The members of Blasting Burros are looking to end it right now, and they will. Blasting Burros picking up map number 1 on Infernal Shrines here up against Modo Miracle. All right, so let's take a peek at our match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series, and it was led the entire way by the Blasting Burros, looking good so far, picking up their first win of the season. Congratulations to them. The first one's always the hardest, and they found it here on Infernal Shrines. Diablo, the most hero damage in the game. Tremendous value from Tiddly He and his lightning breath. Great job there by him. Taking a peek over at these talents in case you want to watch the VOD. Will be posted to my YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube right now, later on in the future, make sure you slap the subscribe button. Looking to get those YouTube subscriptions up to 100 for that custom URL swag. Thank you everyone who's here right now. I see a lot of you have joined in after those raids from around NGS. We're going to be taking a short 5-minute break. And once again, Junkrat picking up the win. Shout out to Justice playing that Junkrat while I'm wearing this t-shirt today. We'll be back in 5 minutes for game number 2. We're heading to Volskaya Foundry. Don't go anywhere. Oh, I didn't even switch the scene. Look at that. Here you go. All right. Welcome back. I'm your host, Modo. Once again, you're watching the Blasting Burros facing off against Modo Miracle. Thank you for waiting the break there. If you're still here with us, I have the teams in lobby. I'm going to check if they're ready to go. What a great map number 1 if you're a Blasting Burros fan. They dominated from start to finish, got the 2 keeps down, pushed in with a Frozen Punisher, found the W, and here we go. It's going to be map number 2, Volskaya Foundry. Welcome to the draft. So again, let me get your thoughts on that game number 1 in chat. Keep the banter going. A lot of you guys here showing up. Definitely appreciate the late nights, especially for those of you on the East Coast along with me. It is 12:44 a.m. here where I'm at in sunny Charleston, South Carolina. So late night, but I did not want to miss this matchup as we see Azmodan banned again in the first slot by Modo Miracle. This is a matchup I was waiting to see once I saw it was on the schedule. 2 really fun teams. I've had the pleasure of casting them during Season 4, and I really got to know them a bit. Of course, my fellow Nexus Now podcast host and Ghost Dunk, fellow HGCO caster. I got to do the Open Division casting with him. Just a good friend of mine, a lot of fun, and glad to see him captaining this Modo Miracle squad this season. But we'll see if he and the rest of Miracle can pick up a win here on map number 2, Volskaya Foundry, as Diablo's banned out. Really great playing by Tiddly He in game number 1. Tremendous job on Diablo. As mentioned, top hero damage in the game, which is a lot of fun if you can ever do that on a Diablo. Genji banned out again by Blasting Burros. But this time Urel got banned out, so not an option here for Modo Miracle. They got to think of something else to take with the number 1 pick. Volskaya Foundry, we'll see what direction they want to go with it, but without Urel, there's not as many obvious choices. They're going to go with the Deckard Cain, which is leaving up that Alex Straza yet again for Joe, and I would not be surprised one bit if that's the direction they're thinking right here with their first 2 picks before the next ban phase. I'd say it's a 100% chance they take Alex Straza right here. But 10 seconds on the clock. Who do they want to pair it with is the other question. Diablo taken off the board. You still have Johanna available. Perhaps they want to go with her. And there it is, Johanna, but they do not take the Alex Straza, so my 100% gamble did not pay off. I put it all on black, and it hit red, so Bankrupt is your caster this evening. But I got half the money there. Johanna, I did suggest it might have been her, and there she is. Pairing it with the Phoenix they had in game number 1. See if they can pull out the Purification Salvo yet again, as Blaze and Muradin are the choices right now. Party camera riot. We'll get more party cam later, don't you worry. I promise you that. Blaze and Muradin selected here by Modo, which will give them a big presence there in the solo lane. Muradin, a solid choice. It actually gives them options on how they want to finish off this comp. They can go really heavy dive now along with them, as we see Raynor taking off. Or they can even go into something cheeky, pull out that Abathur, which I think has a lot of value with the Muradin. Ooh, that would be kind of scary. I think Volskaya Foundry Abathur kind of does have a place here, but a little riskier. They still got to find some sort of carry to put along with it. Leoric taking away a natural counter to Blaze, and it was played in game number 1 very well, actually, by Blasting Burros. So taking him off, getting rid of that Entomb, which was so devastating with that Lightning Breath, the Easy Bake Oven combo we saw in game number 1. Picks 3 and 4 on the clock, though, for Blasting Burros, and Alex Straza somehow snuck through that ban phase. Still an option here for them if they want to choose it. They're going to go with Jaina and Thrall, saving that support pick for last, knowing that Modo Miracle will not be taking a second support in Alex Straza. Jaina, Thrall. So Thrall's going to be the response to Blaze in that bottom lane. I guess they could technically put the Phoenix there, so we'll see. Maybe it is going to be the Phoenix. Picks 4 and 5 on the clock for Modo, and they need some damage. They do not have it yet. Do they want to go into that Abathur, which I'd love to see? It's going to be Li Ming and Cassia.
The wait is over.
Alright, so they're going to try to find damage, get the resets going for Li Ming, and a little different than I was expecting. But the blinds from Cassia should help shut down Phoenix, should help shut down Thrall to an extent. And final selection, I think you guys know what's coming. And if it's not Alex, I will go ahead and just turn the stream off. 2 seconds on the clock to see Alex Straza chosen here.
Balloon, grant us strength.
Alright, so it's not Alex Straza. I'm going to go ahead and... Bobo, you're here right now, right? I'm going to turn in my veteran caster card to you right after this match. I no longer deserve to be a veteran caster for Nexus Gaming Series. Obviously, I have no idea what the teams are drafting, but the opportunity has come once again for you guys to decide in chat who you think is going to win game number 2. If you want to vote for the Blasting Burros, hashtag BB. If you want to vote for Modo Miracle, hashtag MM. Let me know how dumb I am and throw your votes out. I really like the draft on both sides, but I got to give it to Modo because, simple fact, the Blasting Burros just made me look really dumb on stream. They didn't take the Alex Straza. They went with the Malfurion. But here we go. Game number 2, Volskaya Foundry. And on the left-hand side, it is your Game 1 winners, the Blasting Burros. Joe going to play the Malfurion. Pyromantic once again on Phoenix. Justice going to play the Jaina. Michael and the Captain on Thrall. And rounding it out on the Johanna is going to be Tiddly.
10 seconds.
On the right-hand side, it's the boys from Modo Miracle. That Mr. Matt on Blaze. Eric going to be playing the Li Ming. Ghost Dunk, your tank on the Muradin. Murad going to be playing Cassia. And once again on support, this time Deckard Cain is Sir Sean Sheep. Level 1 talents on your screen. We do see the Stormbolt build from your Muradin player. Still no selection from Thrall, deciding between Echoes or Crash Lightning. Fingers are crossed from Jaina, and she's going to be looking to get these rotations, get an early globe started, as here's a Root going to connect on Pyromantic. Could be first to fall in this game. Li Ming gets the reset. Ghost Dunk going to be able to Dwarf Toss out. First blood of the game for Modo Miracle, starting this one off a little differently. Setting the pace are the boys from Modo here. As they find Tiddly, he pops Iron Skin. Going to take an orb to the face, though. Backing up is Tiddly, throwing out a blind. He'll be just fine. Checking on our bottom lane matchup, it's going to be Thrall, Michaelin up against that Mr. Matt on Blaze. And I think Blaze should have the advantage. Finally, we do see Echoes of the Element was chosen by Thrall. So a little bit of indecision early game, but decide, hey, I'm going to the solar lane. Let me grab that Echoes, and will really help him against Blaze, especially once he gets his second stack of it. But Blaze should be under no threat of dying to Thrall. I really don't see how it's possible as long as Mr. Matt can play it correctly, as we see the first fortification camp grab there by the members of Modo Miracle. They make these rotations up. They got to keep an eye on the support camp, and there is Ghost Dunk doing duty on that vision control right now. But with both teams here, I don't expect either is going to go for it until they can find a kill or at least get a level tier advantage, as your votes are coming in chat. 1, 2... Oh my god, 3 for Blasting Burros, 2 for Modo Miracle, and 2 that are undecided. Linehouse and Solo throwing out the BM or the MB, as they just can't decide who's going to win. So we have a split decision here from the Twitch chat. We see an engagement on Tiddly He, but that's just the Johanna, not going to fall. Back to the well for you, Tiddly He. Support camp still on the map. Fortification camp still on the map for Blasting Burros. We see Joe and Justice about to rip that one open. Which is going to give room for Modo Miracle on this support camp. And yes, they are going to get started on it. They do have a little bit of room. Members showing on that bottom side. Actually, I don't know if they're here on the fortification camp, but this support camp will go over the Modo Miracle. No way that anyone from Blasting Burros is going to get there in time. And there they do. They got the Biotic Emitter up top. Murad clearing out a wave, but finding some damage on top of Tiddly He. But once again, it's Johanna. She has Iron Skin. Will be able to back up. Those level 4 talents on your screen finally. Sorry, I forgot to show those to you guys, but there they are. shielding potions from Decker Kane will certainly help here on Control Point Alpha, which is just now spawned. But with item control, notably the Biotic Emitter right now in control of Modo Miracle, they should have an advantage here in this control point. First up, taking damage. Pyromantic gonna get rooted in. His shields keeping him alive for now. They will start recharging shortly. Ghost Dunk not gonna find that potion. Now gonna walk back and grab it finally. Tidley here on the front line doing a great job of condemning, but Jet propulsioning forward is Mr. Matt. He's taking a lot of damage. Scroll is locking in a few. Both turrets on the ground still holding that Biotic Emitter is Leeming. We'll see if she wants to drop it. And there it is. It's dropped inside the control point. Now stepping forward is going to be Modo Miracle. Blaze very low, taking a lot of damage from Phoenix, and Thrall gets rooted. Double root actually. Also hitting Muradin. So they got the backup. They're going to use well taps. 51 to 13 right now on the control point channeling. But, I mean, I don't know if they got full value at that Biotic Emitter. They dropped it really late. It got destroyed quickly by the members of the Blasting Burros, and this control point still sitting occupied by the Burros. Bobo in chat, he says, I didn't just give myself the name Professor because of some sort of vague, nerdy reference. Okay, I got you. I feel you. Little shade thrown out by my good friend, Mr. Bobo here. He does not want to be called Professor by me, I can tell. As we see another engagement now. On the flank is Mikeland locking in 3 members. I think it was actually 4. Cassia gonna fall first in the fight, and Triglav Protector, #1, grabbed by the Burros. They're gonna look for a second here at the mid lane. Throw a couple robot abilities, not able to get the turret down as they make the rotation to the top side. This is their prized possession. This is what they want. No minions here right now, so Triglav taking all the turret damage for the time being. Pyromantic trying to push those forward as the robot is taking a lot of damage here from Leeming and those turrets. They're looking to find the final turret destroyed here, and that's all they're going to get. Oh wait, they're going to feign like they're leaving it and head back in. They want this well, and the well is destroyed. A smart pickup there by the Burros, as that's likely all they're going to get. 7% remaining on the health bar, 15 seconds remaining on the timer. And it's about all they're going to find. They get the final turret there on that mid wall. And Robot is down. Ghost Duck in a good spot to try to hold some of these members in, along with Decker Kane. Big root. The Blizzard on the counter side from Justice, so going to make sure no one can really follow up deeply on that. And here comes Pyromantic and his Phoenix, and to try to slow down the retreat of Modo Miracle, but they do make it back to safety. And with the Burros threatening level 10 very soon, Modo is going to be looking for a fight, just as they did in game #1 in a similar situation. They're going to try to take it to the teeth of the Burros here. Ghost keeping vision on the support camp on the top side. Going to find Tidley here with a Stormbolt here. No rotation yet from Modo Miracle, but they know this is their last chance before level 10s are picked up by the Burros, and I would not be surprised if they start taking this fight up here, but it's just Johanna. That's all they see for now. Stormbolt not connecting because of a quickly timed Iron Skin from Tidley, but here comes that huge root. The Scroll of Sealing going to lock Johanna in, but level 10s are here for the Burros, and it's Water Elemental, Bless Shield, Purification Salvo. Waiting to see what Thrall wants to go in Malfurion, who are 2 heroes that are often switching between both heroics. So they're going to hold him for the time being, see if they can find an advantageous opportunity and go one way or the other with them, as we see a fortification camp stolen away with those heroic talents. Scared off a bit, Modo. They didn't find that avenue they needed, but they are going to find the support camp. I don't think anyone's going to make it in time. They do get it. They pick up the Biotic Emitter on top of Ghost Dunk, but he just got locked in. He's not going to be able to Dwarf Toss out. Not available right now. Has to block the Biotic Emitter, and Ghost Dunk will fall. A great interrupt on his Dwarf Toss, and finding Muradin is a big pickup there for the Burros, as now they're going to be able to put pressure on this top lane, especially with the next control point being up here. Opportunity to set the pace for the next robot they get. Instead, looks like they're going to drop back. They're not going to pressure this lane. Surprising. Instead, they're going to try to find XP. They're going to get a siege camp out here with Jaina and Phoenix. Turrets, the timers, still at least a minute away on both of them. So instead, it's just XP. That's really all that's available for them. I am Very shocked that they did not want to pressure that top lane. I thought they had great opportunity to do so. But instead, they are just going to play it slow. Uneven talents with Modo Miracle right now are the Blasting Burros, and control point B has just been announced. It's going to be up top, as you guys know. Siege camp here for Blasting Burros. Will they want to push behind it, or are they going to give up some free clear here? Looks like it is going to be cleared up for free by Modo Miracle, as the Burros, they just want to get the next talent tier. They're looking to find the XP where they can, and I think they know Blaze is up top, so here they go. They are going to look for a fight. Will they lead it off with that Blessed Shield? There's a root, though, from Thrall. Still no Blessed Shield. Still have that Earthquake, which was just chosen, but stay a while, and Listen's going to turn it around. Thrall's first to fall here in this fight. Purification's Alpha doing some damage on top of Murden. He's got Dwarf Toss back to safety. Here's Mr. Matt on the flanking side. Missed his Jet Propulsion. Has one potion at his feet as he's standing inside the Blizzard from Jaina. Lost half of his health bar there from that. Ghost Dunk going to re-engage after getting some health back. Iron Skin once again from Tiddly He. Going to make sure he's not locked in. And all the members without a well here from Modo Miracle are very low, and I don't think they're able to walk inside this control point. They're just too low. They have to rely on Deckard Cain to get them back up to health. And we have a pause. For those of you clamoring for the party cam, it is once again back. That's some party music. Actually, this. Alexa, play some party music.
Here's a playlist for party music. Party Mix from Amazon Music.
Thank you. Man, I swear she don't listen sometimes. All right, gonna count them in.
The prodigal hero returns.
Top shrine, Modo Miracle looking to get on top here on this control point. Finding Tiddly He for now, locking him in with the Jet Propulsion. Iron Skin back to safety once again is Tiddly He. Roots are there as well to make sure no one was chasing Tiddly He back out of that. But a lot of health finally regained there by Modo Miracle. It's just Ghost Dunk who's low, getting rooted on the Dwarf Toss. Great job by the Captain Michelin, finding the root on the escape there from Muradin. Mr. Matt could be next. Drops Bunker. There's a stay while and listen. Will get placed back to safety. Finds a potion. A little bit of health for him. But with Joe hanging out on the control point, this is easy money in the bank right now for Blasting Burros. They're going to push forward onto this fort, soften up the lane a bit along with these minions, and Modo's going to have to concede a fort here, the first of the game that's going to fall up top. And Triglav, 85% channeled. Nothing Modo Miracle can do here. So there they go. Second objective of the game for the Burros. See where they want to march this one. Is it top lane? Is he walking top? No, he says, I'm going to change my mind. Join my team at mid. They want to get this low-hanging fruit sitting here. Help them towards level 16. Looks like, yes, they do. They do want to go for this fort. And just a couple robot punches. They do get it. Next up is this. Well, Michelin wants this, but his team's leaving him. He's going to have to back up. Robot laser going to secure it. Well down. Alright, here they go. They're going to make their rotation bottom now. And with control points, see here, you guys know this is the optimal play. And here in Division A, they're always going to play it perfectly as they get both the turrets down, the walls down as well. Very healthy True God Protector. 33 seconds still remaining on the timer. This fort is likely going to fall as well, which should put them very close to level 16. They're not going to have enough quite yet, but they're finding a lot of experience. A 2-level lead right now for the Burros as they push forward onto the first keep wall of the game. True God Protector here along with the rest of the members from the Burros, and they're going to rip down another turret. They might find the entire wall. Yes, they will. And so close to 16. You're just a couple minions away, and once they get it, here it is. they could possibly turn this fight right in the face of Modo Miracle with this 3-level lead right now, 16 to 13. Instead, it's going to be a fortification camp. With ease, they're going to get that like butter. Huge lead right now for the Burros. Blaze doing what he can to double soak this experience in the top and mid. But here comes a rotation onto him. Mr. Mac and a jet propulsion back to safety. But warping forward is Phoenix. He takes a big blast with Thrall from that orb from Eric and his Leeming. So they're not going to find a kill. But they are going to find the support camp. It's wide open. They still have this huge lead. Not scared of anything. So item control. 2 turrets right now. Also going to have a biotic emitter. Setting up huge for the Burros. They even have a fortification left on their side. We'll see if they want to rotate down to that as well. Tremendous lead though. Modo Miracle once again gonna dig into the prayer book here and try to find a miracle on Volskaya Foundry. The puns never stop with this name these guys have, and if they're behind, they're always looking for a miracle. But when your team's named after it, it's like you gotta pull one out. I know they can do it. I've seen them do it before. This team has it in them to come back from a loss like this. But the silver lining, at least, is they still have all their keeps. As we see that fortification camp was taken. Joe going to hold on to that turret. But all they have to do is play it slow. And with the Burros giving them this much space on the map to find XP out this far in a lane, maybe they'll be able to find it. But instead, the Blasting Burros are saying, hey, we know where you're at. We're going to push in on your keep here. So the rotation's coming down from Modo Miracle. They are going to make a defense here down a Talontier. So we'll see how much are the Blasting Burros willing to push onto this keep. They have minions about to join. Of course, they have item control, 3 turrets and a biotic emitter. They're going to try to push forward here with the minion wave. Scroll is stealing coming out first from Search on Sheep. He didn't lock in anyone there, and his minion's going to be destroyed. Ball Lightning going to be played, only bouncing around a couple times, so Murad didn't really get great value out of that. It only hit onto a full health Johanna, and she's already back up to full health. So it's going to be Ghost Dunk. He's going to make his attempt here with his Muradin, with that Avatar Muradin, so doesn't even have a Haymaker to try to make a play isolating anyone here. Once again, an attempt at this keep. They got the well down. Still no 16s for Modo Miracle. Mr. Matt's pretty low, taking a lot of damage from Thrall. There's a stay a while and listen. Locking in 3. Not great synergy as Blaze, first of all, had his bunker out and died. Muradin could be next. Silence, but he did get the Avatar out. Not nearly enough HP. Pushing forward to finish off the keep now are the Blasting Burros. And they're definitely going to get this one. First keep of the game down. Control point C has been announced. All they had to use was their biotic emitter. Still holding on to 3 turrets. Make it 4 as Pyromantic looking to grab this Justice. One of the members not holding an item is going to be here on Jaina to grab this turret up. 16's close for the boys from Modo Miracle. Still trying to find that XP, but waves are pushed out pretty far, and it's not readily available for them to find the 16, so just going to rely on the trickle, and whatever is here at the bottom, they do get level 16. Here are those talents on your screen. But 40% already channeled on this for for Blasting Burros, and with item control, they're getting their 5th turret right now. Tiddly, he's going to be the last one to grab one. They have 5 turrets available for this fight on the bottom side. We'll see what Modo Miracle has in them, but up against this much turret power, I don't think anything's going to stop the Burros here. Here they go. Still no level 20 talents for Blasting Burros. Are they going to play it slower, just rely on these turrets? That's the question right now, but Modo Miracle's here. They're ready to fight. Leading the way is Ghost Dunk. Overtime situation in favor of Blasting Burros. Looking to find the fight and backing up. They're going to wait for level 20, it appears, and they're going to get blasted open. Turret did get dropped, but they find a quick pick on Cassia, and that's what Modo Miracle needs. A reset for Leeming. Finds a kill on Jaina. 2 resets, but not enough damages here. They do get rid of a few of these turrets. Not nearly enough, so they didn't get the value they needed. They still don't have level 20s either. And Modo Miracle, potentially looking at a miracle here. They find a double kill, and they might even get this Protector out of it. Still 35 seconds until Malfurion spawns. And 60% already channeled here by Ghost Dunk on the point. So opportunity to come back in this game. We'll see if they can make it happen. They're going to push forward, see what they can find. Some more XP here on these turrets. A few minions are here, but not going to be enough. Locking in Pyromantic, but he's got shielding. He still survives. And there it is. First objective of the game for Modo Miracle. But up top, cheeky play there by Michelin. Finding a siege camp. That's going to work down this turret, and it's out of range, so it's going to rely on minions to do any damage there. On the other side, bottom side, this Trigot Protector trying to find what they can for Modo Miracle. They're going to find a Johanna. She gets rooted in and blasted open is Johanna. She's down. Another power play in the map for Modo Miracle, and still having this Trigot Protector, 72% and a minute 10 on the clock. They're going to work down a turret, walk right past this other one, and start to get the first keep of the game for themselves. A huge turn of events here for the boys of Modo Miracle. I knew they had it in them, and they're likely to match this keep pressure in the bottom lane. A huge pickup finding Johanna, as now there's no front line outside of the Thrall available. They do have level 20 talents, but Modo Miracle just got a keep down. A huge swing for them, and they wisely back up as the Protector's almost dead. But up against 5 turrets, up against level 20 talents. In both situations, somehow Modo Miracle found the action they needed and have swung this around, now getting close to level 20 for themselves, 19 and a quarter. This is a huge turn of events here. Interesting what you guys think in chat. I mean, holy moly. Looking to see top stats, here you go. It's on your screen right now, and it's Li Ming with 43k. Unbelievable. The reset's coming out. Let me show you the kills. It's 4 right now for Li Ming. 3 deaths for Muradin, but late in this game right now, it's been all Modo Miracle. That Trigot Protector really starting to set them up. They're very close to level 20, and Tiddly, he says, hey, we only have this talent here for a moment. Let's get the support camp while we can. We still have 2 turrets as well, so they will grab a support camp and the biotic emitter. Bottom side, it's Modo Miracle looking for level 20 on top of this fortification camp. They do get their level 20 talents. There they are on your screen right now. But we have a game, ladies and gentlemen. Pressure match in the bottom lane with catapults in each direction. Still structures on the middle of the map, on top and mid lane. For the Burros are the only thing making the difference here in this one. But I am excited for this ending. Will Modo Miracle make it all the way back in this one? Having these even talents, tied up in kills, 5 apiece for each team. Really anything can happen at this point. Turret not available on either side, so they're just going to play some patience game. Neither team wants to die at this point in the game, because open lane in the bottom side in each direction means any pick could be the end. So wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing hiding in some bushes here. Not a lot of Volskaya, but there are a few. And bottom lane's actually be pressured by blasting Burros. They're looking to get these catapults destroyed and set up their own. But top side is going to be a siege camp played by Modo Miracle. They will respond here to this bottom side and make sure nothing is going to continue to push here, as blasting Burros wisely backing up. Do not want you to get picked 20.5 minutes into Volskaya Foundry. Both teams are going to play for the final capture point. Control point Alpha, the second time around, is usually the final point of the game. If it goes anywhere beyond that, there is some shenanigans going on. So we're going to play it slow. We're going to wait for this control point. We're going to get our heavyweight battle here, game number 2. Or will it come sooner, as Tiddly, he, and Pyromantic are looking at Mr. Matt. He jet propulsions away, back to safety, and they're going to survive. But if anything is a telling point, it is that the blasting Burros have item control yet again. 3 turrets and a biotic emitter. Is it enough for the second time to make it happen? We just saw on control point C, 5 turrets wasn't enough to do the job. Can Modo Miracle make it through all of that power that these turrets have? They're looking to find another fortification camp here for themselves. I don't know if the Burros want to make a play on top, so Miracle, they are going to get this turret. They will have 2 for this battle, but that's all they're going to have. And here we go. Ghost Dunk leading the way on that Murden. Sershawn Cheap on Deckard. He's up front. Looking for that stay a while and listen. And there it is. Hitting 4 members. The reset about to happen from Li Ming, but warping away with that shield was the Phoenix, but he finally falls in the backside. Modo Miracle making it happen so far. Sershawn G very low, getting finished off by Thrall, but another kill on the top side. It's Blaze who fell. Michaelin looking for all the kills on Thrall. He's by himself. He finds 1. He finds 2. Sershawn Cheap could be next and make it 3. No! Sershawn Cheap surviving finally falls. Michaelin picking up a triple kill by himself. Pays with his life. But, ladies and gentlemen, with just Ghost Dunk on his Murden left alive, it's 3v1 on the map and a Triglav Protector picked up by the Blasting Burros. Somebody clip that highlight for Michaelin because he was sitting on the backside finishing off all the kills for the Burros as they're going to march forward with a Triglav Protector. Still 20 seconds until Blaze respawns. Do they want to go for it here? This is everything on the line for the Burros, and they're going to lead the way with Johanna and Malfurion inside that Triglav Protector. The only one in defense right now is Muradin. Spawning in 3 seconds is Blaze. See if he can do anything to this, but Ghost Dunk falling low and didn't get out in time. That's going to be GG. Well played by the Burros late game. Huge play by the captain. Taking the 2-0 here, the domination up against Modo Miracle are the Blasting Burros. Whew! Alright, and welcome to your match summary after the game results load, as it was a long one on Volskaya Foundry. GG's to both sides, but it's the Burros once again pulling it off in the end. Unbelievable. Like, really was a one of the better Volskaya Foundry games. I need some water. That was a long one. What a game. Tiddly He once again top hero damage from the tank roll. This time on Johanna. Game 1 it was a Diablo. Game 2 it's a Johanna. So this guy really shredding on the tanks. Superb play by him. Here's a look at the talents. If you're watching once again on YouTube, on the VOD, take a peek at these talents here. Make sure you are slapping the subscription button on my YouTube channel. Nightbot has done a fantastic job for those of you in Twitch chat right now. Click that link from Nightbot. Quick, hit the button. It takes you 2 seconds. Log into your YouTube account. Hit the subscribe button over there. I'm trying to get to 100. I can't do it without all of your support. So if you love me, if you love NGS action, throw me some love. For now, I'm going to try to find an interview with some of these members of Blasting Burros. What a set from them. As I will throw you back to the party cam. I know you guys love Yoshi. I'll give you a little profile shot of him there. Hey, Mr. Yoshi. All right, let me see if I can reach out to Michaelin. Whisper button. There we go. Interview on the NGS Discord in a lobby. Embers saying already on the clip, Michaelin MVP. Yeah, I mean, that was a really hot clip. Excuse me. Yeah, feel free to throw it in chat here. If not, it'll make its rounds on the NGS Discord, I'm sure. One of the hot plays of round 1 here, especially in Division A West. And joining me, the captain, the MVP highlight reel play at the end. It's Michaelin from Blasting Burros. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Dude, I gotta kick it off. That triple kill at the end of the game, how does that feel?
Feels great. Yeah, you know, everyone on my team did a great job of getting them low, and I just kind of ran in and cleaned up, so it felt great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching it, and like Deckard Cain was desperately trying to drink all the red juice he could, and you're like, I got this, and then the triple kill practically by yourself there as they're trying to retreat, securing the Triglav Protector, and ultimately the win on Volskaya Foundry, and the domination up against a very formidable opponent in Modo Miracle.
Yeah, great games to Modo Miracle. They really put up a good fight, and it was really a pleasure to play against them.
So let's go back a bit. Infernal Shrines, game number 1. You guys kind of had the lead throughout the entire thing. But you were up against a very aggressive composition with the Maiev, the Hanzo, the Yrel and Johanna paired with the Rhaegar. This is like they wanted to get in your face and take the engagement to you. Your response was the Junkrat and the Leoric. Of course, it worked out. Anything different you might have been looking in draft, or were you happy with the way things went?
Yeah, that draft went mostly expected. We're pretty happy with that. They did have a ton of engage, but I felt like we had a ton of ways to like kind of disrupt that with both with both the Diablo and the Junkrat, and Leoric reducing all of their damage, and fighting into Alex Dragon is really difficult. So I felt like we could just poke them, and then if they like engage hard on us, we had a ton of tools to like kind of make that backfire in a way.
And of course, a lot of people's favorite, the Easy Bake Oven coming out. You love to see it, and it got some kills. And I want to talk a minute here. I mentioned in the pregame lobby with you guys that I was going to shout out Tidley, just simply because I love his name that much. But I got to shout this man out super hard right now because he led both games in hero damage from the tank role.
I don't know how he does it. The guy's insane, but yeah, really glad he's on my team because going up against that must really suck.
I've played. All right, so Johanna, she's my most played tank. You can't get that much. I don't know how he does it. Just a typical build, didn't take anything fancy, but he finds a tremendous amount of damage, a tremendous amount of value in both games, both on the Diablo and the Johanna. So Tidley, if you're in chat right now listening in, huge shout out from your caster Murder here, and your captain Michael, and of course, as mentioned, definitely appreciating all that damage you're throwing out. So game number 2, Volskaya Foundry. Looked like you guys had it like 100,000%, but then Control Point C, everyone's least favorite spot on the map. You guys are holding on to 5 turrets. What went wrong?
We just kind of took an unnecessary fight. Like, we had no business being there. We were like half a level away from 20. We'll catch it in like a wave or 2. We just stayed a little too long, and then the fight went sour because I think like half of us were leaving, saying we had no business being here, and the other half kind of stayed on point. So it just got a little chaotic, and we threw a bit. But I'm glad we were able to keep our composure, and make it up in that final fight.
Yeah, that final fight, the moments leading up to it, very tense. You could tell both teams wanting to take their time. It looked like you might have were looking for an engage right before Control Point A was spawning for the second time there, but you ended up playing it patient, waited for the fight. You guys still had item control, and really, once again, I got to talk about that play of the game there on the backside of the fight as they're retreating. Michaelin, you made it happen. You led your team to victory, and with a 2-0 victory over Modo Miracle, I believe this puts you at 2-2 in the standings. But how are you feeling so far with Season 5? How are things going for Blasting Burros?
We're feeling pretty good. Our first match of the season was a little unfortunate because that was a rough week for us. Like, we had several people just kind of playing in, I guess you could say, suboptimal conditions. But, I think we made it up in this match, and I'm really excited, looking forward to the rest of the season.
Awesome. Well, as a caster, I'm excited for the rest of your season as well. I'll most certainly be trying to pick up more Burros matches. But that's it for the interview. Before I let you go, of course, you know the drill. I want to give you an opportunity to give any shout-outs you might have.
Yeah, huge shout-outs to my team. Everyone showed up, put on a great show. Shout-outs to you for casting. Really looking forward to watching those VODs. Shout-outs to Twitch chat and everyone who came and supported us. And yeah, everyone have a good night.
There was a lot of people here for this match. Highly anticipated match, and it lived up to the bill. It was a lot of fun. Blood on both sides. Kept it exciting there in game number 2. You guys had a fantastic finish. But that's it for this evening. For everyone who stopped in, you guys are beautiful. I love you. If you want to catch me, it's going to be tomorrow night. Storm Division, Abusement Park up against Run Boys at 10 p.m. Eastern. Special Friday night appearance from myself, Murda, as I don't normally cast on Fridays, but have a little extra time. Birthday weekend for me, so I'm going to have a little fun with it. Until tomorrow night, I'm Murda. Joining me for this interview was Michaelin, the captain from the 2-0 victors this evening, blasting Burros. You guys have a fantastic evening.